What is happening, guys? Cowboy here. Welcome back to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And I think we fixed the problem. So I went ahead, verified the game's integrity in the cache on Steam. Went ahead and updated all of my video drivers. I completely wiped and reinstalled them. Messed around with the game settings. I didn't notice a difference between 60 Hz and 144. The only other thing I haven't done is disable DX12. If we run into issues, that'll be my next step. But I think we have fixed the problems. So anyway, continue on. Which I'm pretty sure I'm just like heading towards the boss. Pretty sure I'm heading towards Dominguez to just whip his ass at this point.
This is Zeta Team. The High Council is being overrun. We need
Oh, things did not work out for them. No, no, Lara! I'll never understand that. Where it's like, clearly there's, you know, a grab, but the game's like, no, we want you to actually just walk across. You can't jump across two. Even though either should be fine. Instead of jumping, I'm just gonna, yep, see? Worked fine there. Game's like bullshitting me on purpose. Cool. Work's dead. Yeah, I was about to say.
Then who the fuck's in charge? Fall back! Fall back! All units, fall back! What about the perimeter? There ain't no perimeter! Everyone's dead! Just get the fuck out of here!
Well, I think we've finally gotten rid of Trinity. Judging from those radio comms. Oh, what the fucking... Alright, that was actually pretty neat. It just straight broke on me and I fell to my death. I haven't had that happen yet. No. Oh my god, it did it again. Alright, I think I need to... I know it's going to break, but I think you need to let it break and then immediately jump. Like, you need to hit that again. Because I can't go up high enough. Oh, there. Okay, never mind. Apparently I'm supposed to be able to just grab the ground below me. I guess it just decided it didn't want to do it the other two times it killed me. Lara's getting a little fucky in this last episode. Alright, so we go up. We jump up, we keep going up, and it should collapse. Then we grab, there we go, and then we go up, and then we go over, and we go over, and we go up, and you start going across. No freezes.
The darkness erase the world we have known. Let the shadow pass, and the light shine again on the world of our creation. power and potential.
I can't even like stop these guys. Do I need to? Oh, here we go.
The darkness erased the world we have known. Find her! She must not be. We take control of our destiny!
I wonder how many shots I need to do to the body to kill these guys.
Let the shadow pass, and the light shine again on the world of our creation. He's strong. Nothing will stop me. Remaking the world. Today, we take control of our destiny.
Oh my god.
You can't match a god. I have allowed you to live. No more. I thought you were smart.
So I gotta get him with the explosives and then knife his ass, basically. Where you at? He hit the fucking thing? Man, he's getting too close to this shit. I need to like lure him over, but he keeps breaking them on his way. Maybe I can just shoot to make this happen.
My TT is mine to protect, not yours! Now again.
Oh man, I don't have any more of the healing shrub. But I can do a heal now if need be. I think that's everyone except for Linus.
Attack all you want. A broken down will only make me stronger.
Oh. Oof. Oh. Get him, Lara. Stab him. Damn, how many times I gotta stab this guy? I mean, you can tell I'm like taking his power away, basically. Oh no, 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 no! Oh man. Ugh.
I thought you were smart.
Looks like it basically restarted me back at the last time I stabbed him. Maybe I need to just attack him with this while it's glowing. Nope, that doesn't look good. Whew. Fucking Christ, dude, would you get off of me? No, nope, nope. Oh my, what the shit? I just got gravitied.
I thought you were smart.
This boss fight is not fun.
I thought you were smart.
Ow.
Arrogant.
I think we finally got it.
I'm sorry.
Protect my titty. Please. Please, Lara.
I will.
To claim her treasure, the adventurer, Lara Croft, must outwit the king.
Outwit the king? I think the king might have something to say about that.
My loves, will you hold still for a second?
Yes, my white queen. One.
Can I see?
Of course. There's you, and me, and your dad.
Where are we?
Hawaii.
With this key and the silver box, we can remake the world. Without weakness, cruelty.
If you had that power, what would you do?
My brave girl, who is not expecting a jaguar attack.
Where shall we go next for our real adventure? I hear the Antarctic is lovely this time of year.
Dad.
Oh no, then perhaps the salt flats of Utah.
Oh, Richard. I know where we're going.
You do?
Hawaii.
Oh yes, yes, that could be really nice. Well, in that case.
Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Dad.
No. You're my research assistant.
Oh yes, you're quite right. I'm sorry, Mom. I almost forgot myself.
I request that you bring me to the museum.
Well, I think that can be arranged by your new schedule.
When the catastrophes come, the god Kukulkan must be sacrificed to power the sun. Otherwise, the world dies. Sacrifice a god? The sacrifice is my duty. But if my training fails me, the Crimson Fire will guide me and hold me to my promise.
Oh shit.
I like this world. It's not perfect. But everything I love now is in it.
After today, the eclipse will no longer represent us. We keep the sun, but you remove the shadow.
Protect Paititi. Please. Please, Lara.
I will.
Didn't see that coming. I feel like it just kills the god inside of her and not Lara herself, though. Otherwise, they couldn't make any more Tomb Raider games, and you know that ain't the case. 2 days later.
Unuratu, my mother, a warrior, a rebel, a queen. She will be venerated for generations. I miss you. Now, we will heed her spirit to reunite Paititi.
Thank you.
So I'm head back to Kwakyaku tomorrow.
Really? Missing the jungle? Off in search of the elusive fish tree?
Abby and I are headed to the coast for a few days.
I'm glad.
What about you?
I think I'll stay here for a while longer.
And restore a few more artifacts?
I don't know.
So what will you do?
I don't know. Etzli will help me figure it out. He'll let me know what Paititi needs to rebuild.
Wow.
I'm done searching. I want to be around the living.
All right.
Don't you have to pack or something?
Now you are stuck with me till tomorrow.
You're welcome to stay as long as you wish, Lara. Safe travels, Jonah. Once Paititi is restored, perhaps I can join you and learn more about the world beyond Paititi.
Anytime. You just say the word. You too, Uchu?
If he wants to.
So, Jonah, Lara tells me you have a girlfriend. We will come to the wedding.
Wait, whoa.
Etzli, why don't you show me the plans for the new town?
Yes.
Alright, let's talk about the game. So, all in all, right off the bat, I do think this is probably the most enjoyable Tomb Raider I've played in a while. You know, the combat felt actually like a fairly minimal part of the game, and in comparison to the previous titles where I felt like there was a lot of very combat-heavy sections, I feel like Tomb Raider should be more about the tombs, the exploration, and that felt more like the case here. Like, the combat really didn't, like, we didn't get thick into combat until the game turned into, you know, like, building up towards the final boss fight at the end. And even then, there was still a fair amount of, like, sneaking and exploration and shit going on. So I really did appreciate that, and I think it was an excellent design decision for Square Enix to make. On the bad side of things, we obviously experienced some technical issues. We managed to get those sorted out at the very end of the game. And I probably could have solved them earlier, but like early on in the game, you know, it was just little hiccups here and there. They weren't very noticeable. And once we made our way towards the end, it went from like a small, you know, what I assumed to just be a frame dip based out of loading to like full on, near unwatchable video. And, you know, went on the Steam forums, a bunch of other people were experiencing the same problems, managed to do a bunch of troubleshooting and get it fixed. But that shouldn't have to be the case. As far as I'm concerned, you know, and maybe this is just me being fucking entitled, but as far as I'm concerned, when I install your game, and I just go, yeah, max settings, it should just fucking work. I'm not running a potato PC here. Like, I have a 1080 Ti, which is, you know, until the RX series is in my hands, that's basically as good as you can get for a single graphics card. Like, there's no reason this game should have issues that we were experiencing. And it obviously wasn't FPS issues. Our FPS right now, our little ticker is showing us at 156. You know, everything is working fine now, but only after I went through all of that troubleshooting, which, once again, I don't feel it should be necessary. This shit should just fucking happen. Moving away from that, I did like the like in terms of the story and whatnot. I think that they did a pretty good job with the story here, though there were a couple of inconsistencies. I could have sworn that you know, didn't they have like Lara's dad die out at sea in like the first game of the reboot, and then they mentioned that he was, like, in last game they mentioned that he was actually killed, and then here they, like, made it look like a suicide initially, and then they were like, oh no, yeah, he was actually killed. And it was like, alright, well, what is going on here with the story? Like, I don't know where they're going, you know, with the arc consistency, I guess you could say. But I did like it. I actually like this a lot more than Rise of the Tomb Raider, for sure. All in all, I thought the characters were pretty enjoyable. I liked how it wasn't as simple, you know, like Rourke was obviously just a bad guy, but Dominguez, you could tell that, you know, he had this whole, it was a morally gray thing. It was, you know, there's people are gonna die, but I'm doing it to protect Paititi, and, you know, obviously his want to protect Paititi was a different approach from that of Unuratu and, you know, Lara and whatnot, but it wasn't as black and white as good guy, bad guy, which I appreciate. I think it's good when games implement antagonists that are morally gray, and, you know, it actually makes you think, well, you know, maybe what they're suggesting is better, despite the sacrifices that have to be made. So I appreciate that from a storytelling perspective. Gameplay-wise, a little hiccups here and there. I don't know if it was just because I was playing on PC as opposed to console, but you guys obviously saw quite a few times where, like, I would jump up and Lara just wouldn't grab a ledge, and then I would respawn, I would jump up, and she would grab the ledge, and it's like, what? Like, what the fuck? Why is this a thing? And I know I brought this up, and a couple of you guys were in the comments mentioning that you weren't having the issue, and it, you know, might be something with PC. Whatever the case is, I don't know what the fuck was going on. It was irritating, you know? And, like, thankfully the saves were always, like, you know, 20 seconds before the fall had happened, or immediately before the fall had happened, so it wasn't a big deal, but it was still irritating to see that occur as the game went on and we played. A lot of the weapon choices, I mean, the weapons seemed very kind of pointless, I think, as well. You know, we had this whole thing like upgrading your weapons and getting attachments, but to be honest, I feel like I could have played through the entire game pretty much with just the bow. The only time the weapons really got involved at all was when I was being rushed by the native people and using the shotgun, and then at the very end when I just had to dump all my bullets into Dominguez, which I really didn't enjoy that fight. I mean, I know that, you know, good boss design is always hard, especially in games like this where, you know, how do you take a game that was based around story and puzzle solving and suddenly make a combat heavy boss fight? It doesn't really fit the narrative. But I mean, it was literally bullet sponge Dominguez, sponge him until he falls into a weakened state, stab him, sponge him until he falls into a weakened state, stab him. Yeah, I get what's going on, but they made us do it like fucking 6 times. I think 3 would have been sufficient, you know. The difference, doubling the length of that fight didn't make it any more epic because the fight wasn't very involved or thought out to begin with. That fight could have taken me a whopping 3 minutes, and I would have been like, alright, bad guy's down, great, let's move on. So not a fan there, but, you know, it's never been a strong point of the Tomb Raider franchise. So all in all, if I had to give the game a score, I think I would put it at 8 out of 10. Mainly 1 point I'm taking off here out of the, just, you know, the way the combat just kind of felt like, like the boss fight at the end was very the parts where you did have combat, you know, like, it feels like they tried to minimize the combat but didn't give enough thought to the system. So it ended up mostly just being stealth kills and double kills or bullet sponge like the boss at the end. And then I'm also going to dock a point for the various technical issues and gameplay issues encountered, such as, you know, all the stuff that the weird lag skips we had, the times where Lara would jump and just not grab fucking ledges and then immediately grab them a second later. Stuff like that was fucky. But even then, I would still say that this is probably the best Tomb Raider game in quite some time. Definitely a good pickup. As for the additional challenge tombs that are still left in the game, I might actually go back and do them because I did have a lot of fun doing the challenge tombs. That will probably be something that gets done on stream. So keep an eye out for that. Whenever it does happen, I will end up uploading it after the fact for those that want to see it. Let's see if we get like a post-credit or anything.
I had it all wrong. I thought that taking control of my life meant venturing out to do something extraordinary. I thought I had to fix everything. But the mysteries of the world are to cherish more than to solve. I'm just one of their many protectors. I'm not sure what the future has in store, Jonah, but whatever adventure's on the horizon, I can't wait to meet it. I'll try not to take myself too seriously.
Tea, Miss Croft.
Lovely.
I like how she has the box of eggshell just chilling in her
I know.
house. It's like a paperweight on her
feels good to be
fucking
home.
coffee table. Are we going back to menu? What's happening here? Okay. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, gonna close this one out on that note. New game plus unlocked, neato. I'll probably jump back in and, you know, do stuff. Challenge. Ooh, wait. Challenge tombs. Ooh, my main game. My season pass. I think I got the season pass already. I'm all about these challenge tombs. I'll be knocking those out. But anyway, gonna wrap this one up here. In terms of what to expect next, we obviously have Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the horizon. I'll be doing a Let's Play series for that because that game is gonna be way too big to do a walkthrough of, and it's definitely gonna be a more of a make your own adventure type thing. So should have a lot of fun with that. Either way, thanks for coming by and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed Tomb Raider. As always, we will see you next time.